guys there? Hello, everyone. Hello. Happy Monday to you. It's the start of a new week. It's the last full week of February. It's a beautiful day. It's kind of partly cloudy, but you can see some blue. So, hello. Happy Monday to you guys. Today is Monday, February 20th, 2023, and I'm Angela with Happy Little Stitch Shop. And today we are here for Flosstube Monday. And today is our WIP parade for this month. So I pulled my WIPs to show you guys my progress. And I pulled some finishes that I have talked about, and I found them. They were packed in a box. And I said, oh, I'm going to grab those and share these today, because my goal is to get these framed and finally done. They're super cute. Oh my gosh. So I have a few finishes to share with you, and then I have WIPs to share with you, and then I pulled all of the charts from my stitch list drawer for you guys to vote on which chart you would like for me to start next. And then my goal might be to start it before my next WIP parade, before next month. Okay, let's see who is here. Who is here? Hello, Kay. How are you? How is your recovery going? Are you doing okay? Hello, Sandy. We don't like it when you're not here either. Hello, Donna Marie. Beautiful day in Pennsylvania, stitching more chocolate bunnies and love potion. Nice. Pam, hello. Little sheep virtues. Yay. Are you liking that stitch long? Those little charts are so cute. Judy, hello. Weather alert. Lots of snow. Again, are we going to have more snow again on Thursday? It's becoming a weekly thing, like the last 2 weeks. And now, is it going to happen again on Thursday? Is that when it's supposed to happen? I'm kind of over it. I'm kind of tired of it. Stacy, hello. What? You're expecting up to 15 inches of snow? That is a lot. That's a lot of snow. Carrie, hello. Wishing you a bright and happy Monday. You too. Hello, Stacy. I'm on the outskirts of Casper. Hello, Laurel from Louisiana. Nice. Stitchy stars. Hello, Nancy. Piecing a quilt today. Enjoying President's Day. Yes, happy President's Day, you guys. Hello, Jen. Hello, Alice. Hello, Sarah D. Knitting a rainbow color blanket for my youngest. Oh. Hello, Jody. Cleaning up your sewing room. It is the catch-all when we have weekend guests. Oh, yeah. I can see how that would happen. Hello, Stacy says, sorting WIPs. Good grief. I have too many. Sharon, hello. Very spring-like. 73 degrees in Texas, North Texas. Hello, Marcia. Working on Calico Garden. I am nearly done cutting up for those primrose blocks. I think I have 2 more fabrics to cut. They're sitting right behind there. So then I'm going to whip up those little primrose blocks, and they're going to be so darn cute. I can't wait. Ruth P, hello. Hello, Kelly. Debbie, hello. Working on Prairie Seeds. Love it. Sherry, hello. Gorgeous day in Boise. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Sally Quilt. Hello, Nora. Hello, Jill. Hello, Amy. Hello, Chris. I love WIP Parade. I'm excited to share with you guys. I actually have a bit of progress, which is something. Carrie S. Hello. Was near Madison, Wisconsin 2 days ago. Lovely area. You were? We're only about, well, it depends on where you were in Madison, but we're like a half hour. Were you there for the polar plunge? They did the polar plunge in Madison. Oh, it's chilly. Glenda, hello. Um, Sandy, running over. So I'm gonna be back soon. Kara, hello. Driving home from Chicago. You're riding. Well, drive safely, ride safely. 70 in Ohio on Thursday. Oh my goodness. 70? Wow. That's crazy. Linda, thanks a lot, Angela. I watched the Bye Bye Birdie song on YouTube. You're welcome. Did anybody watch the movie? Did anybody look it up and watch it over the weekend? That's what I should have watched. I was looking for a movie just to kind of, zone out to. And I didn't even think of Bye Bye Birdie. I should have watched that. Did anybody end up watching it yet? It does get stuck in your head. It's very catchy. Yes, Tuesday night through Thursday. 10 to 20 inches of snow? What? I didn't want to fail to warn you again. Oh my gosh, the snow is almost all melted here. Like we have just patches of snow, but mostly grass now. 10 to 20 inches? Oh, heavens to Betsy. It's going to be a long end of the week if that ends up coming to fruition. Hello, Stacy. Okay, my hand is doing great. I'm 1 week post-op and get my stitches out tomorrow. Only one fingertip remains numb, but no pain. I finished Mousecapades 4, so cute, cute, cute. Well, that's great news that you seem to be progressing nicely. That's great. So stay on that path. Keep having a smooth recovery. Stacy, the crummy part about the snow. Wow, what is the ringing in my ear right now? And ridiculous below temps is that the wind is going to be a terror. 45 to 80 mile per hour gusts. Oh no, another blizzard whiteout. Stacy, be safe. Hello, Patricia. Yes, Carrie. Yep, just a half hour south of Madison. Hello, Stitching Granny of 17. Is Lori coming out with new cross stitch this year? I'd love to stitch Farm Sweet Farm and be happy. She always comes out with a new one in October for Stitchtober. And I know she'll have stitch cards that are coming out because those release like every, 4 months or something like that. So yes, I am sure she has some new stuff coming out. I know she does. So stay tuned for that. Sharon, I watched the 1995 remake. Oh, you can't watch that. You have to watch the original with Anne Margaret. Kay working on M from home is where the wreath is, and Florence and Chicken Club. Do you already have Florence? I never get those things at a decent time. It makes me very sad. Judy, I watched part of Bye Bye Birdie. Amy's Quilty Adventures. Hello! I finally started sewing again today. I'm working on catching up with my RBD blocks. Just finished 1 of 4 where I designed this week's block. Oh, nice. Love you have daffodils blooming? Sharon? Oh my goodness. Janet, hello. Sorting and decluttering my fabric today. Tammy S. I was going to update you later about the weather. Oh, how much because Judy's up north, so maybe she's going to get more than us. Do you know how much we're supposed to get, Tammy? Rainy day in Tennessee, says Stacy, with flowers coming up. Oh, spring is like just around the corner for you guys down south. Well, that's true. Judy says better 20 inches at the end of February than the beginning of November. It won't last as long. That's so true. April, hello. Listening in the background while working. WIPs are in order and are anxiously waiting for me. Nancy, I wish the jet stream would dip low so we could have snow in Georgia this year. It's supposed to be in the 80s here later this week. Oh my goodness. I agree. The remake was so. I couldn't find the original. Yeah, I haven't looked where it might be out there. I have no idea. I have no idea where that original could be. Um, okay, so we had a good weekend. Um, we had that snow on Thursday. That's probably the last time I saw some of you guys. So we had snow on Thursday, which is now almost gone. Like I said, we just have patchy patches of snow. Um, and then we had basketball on Saturday. Oh, and we had basketball on Friday. So Dee wrapped up her basketball season Friday night. So basketball's done for her. She's now ready to head into musical prep because they're putting on a musical, Little Shop of Horrors, and she's in the pit orchestra, so she's practicing for that. Plus, she has solo and ensemble coming up, so she's got like a lot of musical things that are coming up, and then she starts soccer. It's hard to believe that we're already at that time of the year. Like soccer for me, when the soccer season rolls around, it equates to spring, and so it's like, wow, we're getting ready to start soccer. Spring isn't too far off. So she wrapped up that on Friday night. And then my boys wrapped up their basketball season on Saturday morning. And then my middle child, she was supposed to wrap up her basketball season on Saturday, but because her game got canceled on Thursday, it's being made up today. So today is actually her last basketball game. And then Dee had a bunch of friends over Saturday night for her birthday. So we had a bunch of teenagers here. And what kind of blew my mind is that these kids are now driving themselves to our house and then driving themselves home. So I was like, what is happening? These kids are driving themselves. Like I have not fully wrapped my head around that process. So, but they had a ton of fun. They're a really great group of kids. So that was fun that they were able to get together. And now that we live in town, that's able to happen a little more easily. So that was exciting. And then yesterday we had a little bit of a family day after church. So that was good. Kathy, hello. Stitching on the patio in sunny Florida. Jen says, so is it off week for you between seasons? Well, so it might be a little bit more than a week because um Dee's soccer practices start like mid to late March. And I'm not sure if my boys and my middle girl, they went out for track last year, so I don't know if they're gonna do that or not. So I'm kind of a little bit in limbo. Like, I don't know. Usually we transition from one thing to another, but for spring stuff, it's a little bit in limbo. So I don't know what the next few weeks look like, but I feel like we have a little bit of a breather, which will be fabulous, like really, really good. But every time I go into it thinking that, then I'm like, this is not a breather. There's like this pops up and this pops up and this pops up. So it ends up not being a breather at all. So I'm hoping that it's a little bit of a breather between seasons, but we'll see how it all plays out. I don't know. Hello, Tracy. Beautiful day in Illinois. Stacy, watching then grow is quite the ride. Yeah, it is quite the ride. Like, oh my gosh, are you sure you're okay? Like, be safe out there. Be careful. When they were leaving, so it was good. It was a good weekend. It's a good weekend. There is no breathers when there are kids at home. Yeah, there always seems to be something going on, but I don't know. At least when we move transition from like volleyball to basketball, there's like a week breather in between, but you know that the schedule is going to be pretty much the same because they just replace the same time block and they replace, volleyball with basketball or they replace football with basketball. And so your times don't necessarily change drastically, like they're kind of in the same time frame. But right now, transitioning from winter to spring activities, I'm like, when is practice? Like, what's going on? What are you participating in? So I'm trying to gather all of the information this morning and last night. I was like, okay, what do you have going on after school tomorrow? I have pit, I have this, I have a game. It's being made up. So we're a little bit scattered right now till we settle into the new plan, the new routine. Oh my, I'm tired just listening to your schedule. Oh no, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to put anybody to sleep. So the other thing that I have been on a kick with is okay, so first of all, I have to tell you that my little one has found her show. So she doesn't really watch a lot of TV shows and she doesn't really watch a ton of movies. She, because we have tried to have her watch movies, but she must have a very vivid imagination because she reacts to movies unlike any of my other children. My other kids were loved movies. There might be times in the movies that they would be like, kind of like, oh my gosh, what's going on? But overall, they were like calm, cool, and collected watching movies. But my little one is very different. She has a very um like uh, uh, like deeply felt emotions during movies. So when we watched Winnie the Pooh, even like it could be something totally benign, totally innocent, and she'll be like shaking because there's an intense moment happening, like Pooh is floating up with the balloon, and she's like, "Oh no, what's going to happen?" And her whole body will be shaking. So she doesn't tend to like to watch movies much, but she's starting to get into it a little bit more. But she has found like we used to watch Little Bear. She loved Little Bear, but we would watch it just every once in a while. But now she has found a show that she's like in love with. And I tried to get a video the other day because I want to share it with you guys. And then I was too late. I couldn't get it up in time, but I will try to get a video for you guys. But the show is PJ Masks. And my other kids watched it when they were little, and somehow she got started on it. Like, I think we were just like, "Hey, why don't you try this?" Well, it captured her attention right from the get-go. She loves it. And so now she has gotten to the point where the intro, we don't skip the intro, we let her listen to it because it's this, the song. So she's learned all the words to the song, and she sits there and she sings it, and sometimes she'll do, like, the power poses with it. So she'll be like, Owlette, and then she'll put her wings out or, stuff like that. But she has a smile on her face and she's singing the whole thing and she's doing these poses with it. So she's very into PJ Masks right now. My favorite is probably Little Bear for sure. Sharon says, do they play school sports or rec sports or travel sports? They play all. They play all of it, depending on what the sport is, but they're into a mixture of all of it. So school sports during the school season, and then in the off season, they'll participate in league sports. Um, During the summer, sometimes there's like rec sports that they participate in, rec leagues. So it's a little bit of all, depending on the sport and depending on the time of year. Jen, lots of empathy. You can relate. Judy says, get her into watching Heartland. She will love it with all the horses. Oh, really? Missy. Hello, Missy. Kara, my boys love Little Bear. I loved Little Bear. And so did all of my kids. My kids loved all of it. And they love Backyardigans. So she did go through a long phase of Backyardigans, but now PJ Masks has taken over. She hasn't watched Paw Patrol yet, but she's all about PJ Masks. So that was super, super cute. Hello, Barbara. Oh, you live where Heartland was filmed. How cool. And then for me, I have been on this little kick of feeling like I need to step it up a notch with regards to um, putting forth more effort with putting myself together. So I feel like you kind of, especially in winter, you kind of go through this phase where for me, it's like hair up all the time. I'm just throwing on sweats and a t-shirt and like a sweatshirt. Oh, Berenstain Bears. She loved that one too. She did watch that one for a while. She loved it. Backyardigans is pretty good because the music is even pleasant for adults. Like I really liked the Backyardigans music. So I've been on this kick of like, okay, I have some items in my closet that are probably 20 years old, maybe more. And then I have a bunch of clothing that I have held on to thinking that maybe I will get back into them at some point. Like, they fit me before I had my little one, and they have not fit me since. And so on Friday night when we were going to Dee's makeup game, I was like, "I'm gonna try to get dressed up tonight and, like, put forth some effort here." And I pulled out a pair of jeans and I was like, "Okay, here we go." I could not get them on. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't get these on." And then I was like, ugh, just annoyed. So now I've been on this kick, but my problem is I don't know where people shop these days. I don't know where people shop. I don't know where people find things that are like still fun and kind of, fun, but flattering. Like fun, but flattering. So it's just not a fun situation to be in. I don't like shopping. I rarely go shopping. So actually yesterday I said to my girls, I said, I think I'm going to try to find some clothes today while we're out and about. And they both at the exact same time said, "Oh," like together. And I was like, "What?" And they go, "You never shop for clothes for yourself." And I was like, "I know. That's maybe how I got to where this predicament that I'm in." Um, Judy says, "I have clothes that are probably that old too." I know it's easy to just get into that habit of pulling the same stuff all the time and kind of not noticing that, "Oh my gosh, I've had this sweater for probably 20 years and I've got like, it's all pilled out and it's just not nice looking anymore." But you're just throwing stuff on and like getting out the door. And so I don't think about it. And I'm not like a clothes horse. Like I'm not a person who enjoys going clothing shopping. And because it puts me into a body depression is what I've started calling it. And if I just avoid it, then I don't ever think about it. And so I'm much happier and I have like a more positive outlook. So I think avoidance is the answer. I love Talbots. Ooh, I remember Talbots. Just be you and be comfy. Our selection is so limited here, so I'm more of a Marshall shopper now. Well, that's good to know. See, I just don't even know. I have sweatshirts with the date from walking the Mackinac Bridge, so I know how old they are. Oh my gosh. It's always better to feel good than to look good. Well, that's true, except that sometimes when you get into this habit and then you start to realize, then you don't feel good, right? So I think that it's a little bit tied together a little bit, you know, like not all the time, but sometimes I think that those two kind of can go hand in hand. I'm a trendy shopper, but hating the trends. Oh, that's hard when that happens. I tend toward dark legging type sweats, but find fun tops. Well, that's a good idea. So I'm on this kick right now of like, maybe I need a few pieces added to my wardrobe. Okay, so let's jump in to, ooh, what is April saying? My friend lent me the book, The Science of Sexy, and it's been helpful to know what clothes to focus on for my body type. I have yet to find somewhere good to shop. I think that's it. Like if you know your body type and then you know the brands or the stores that accommodate that body type, then you're golden, right? Because then you've got your place and you know that their clothes fit you well and you know that you feel comfortable in them and that they're flattering. But when you've been out of the game for like 20 some years, then it's like, what stores exist these days? I'm familiar with Target. I could probably tell you teenage stores and where to shop for that because I shop more for my kids than I do for myself. I could maybe even tell you some men's stores to shop at, but not for myself. But I think you're right. If you can figure out your body type and what is going to work for that, and then find the place that carries that, then you're set. I'm not to that point yet. Sarah D. I hit Kohl's frequently. Kohl's, you can find some good stuff there. Could get nice things for teaching, but now casual clothes and jeans for new job. That's kind of nice though. Judy, my body likes jeans and sweatshirts or t-shirts. That's kind of how I am too. either jeans or sweats and t-shirts, and typically a cardigan of some sort. At one point, this has been like 10 years ago or so, my husband said to me, I think maybe you should stop with the cardigans. Like you have enough cardigans. I still wear cardigans every day. Partially, it reminds me of my um, grandpa. My grandpa always wore cardigans. Reminds me of that. Judy, oh yeah. Okay, whip parade. Kay, are you ready for the whip parade? Are you tired of talking about my shopping issues that I'm experiencing? Marsha, I need to get something to wear to the retreat, but I hate shopping. See, that's kind of what started this thought process for me, Marsha. Target is too trendy for me. You either look like a rocker from the 80s or a prairie wife. Well, that's pretty true. That's kind of accurate. Okay, so let me share with you. First, I will share with you these finishes that I have mentioned before, and I keep meaning to pull them out, but they're never handy, and I found them, and I'm going to share them now. Erlene apparently feels the same way. Even though I've lost 90 pounds, still shop at Omar, the tent maker. Oh, Old Navy has some decent items too. Old Navy does. Sometimes you can find some good stuff there, for sure. For sure. Yeah, so I'm just sharing that tidbit because that's something that has been on my mind lately. I apologize that it is not cross-stitch related, but it is a real life thing that in my mid-40s I'm experiencing. So I tend to share things that I'm encountering in my life to try to make this a more personal and personable space. So I apologize that it's not cross-stitch focused, but it is life focused. Sherry says, I love the chatting. I never get to talk to real people. You and me both. Okay, so I have Cottage of the Month. We did this as a stitch along probably 2 years ago. This is by Country Cottage Needleworks. These cottages were so fun to stitch. They were so, so fun. I looked forward to stitching these each month. And I stitched at that point, I could keep up with one cottage per month, along with like other um, other stitches that were going on. So it took me probably less than a month to stitch these. They went together pretty quickly, actually. So Cottage in the Month by Country Cottage Needleworks. Here is January, and I have ordered the frames. I'm going to frame these myself. And I've ordered the frames that I'm going to use for this. I finally found one that I liked. It took me a while to find a frame that I liked, that I wanted to frame these in. But I found one that I liked from a frame place on Etsy. And once I get them all done, I'll share all that information with you because I didn't pull it, share it with you today. But once I get the frames done, the framing done, and I have the actual frame in front of me to share with you, then I will share the framing information. But for now, I just wanted to share each cottage with you. This is February, Cottage of the Month by Country Cottage Needleworks. Yay, love the cottages, love the chit chat, nice way to connect. So cute, love February. It is a nice one. Here is March, whoops. March, Cottage of the Month. Arch Frame website. So Nancy says, I just ordered a frame from Arch Frame website and it's really nice. I have not shopped that site yet. I've heard decent things about it though. Like their frames are really, really nice. Here is April, and I will warn you, I don't have May because that one is actually framed and packed away somewhere. So I don't have it for you. But here's April. It's very pretty with that purple house. Here's June. Look at all those strawberries. These cottages were so fun. These are stitched on 16 count lamb's wool by Woodshell. So all of them are on 16 count lamb's wool. Here is July. This was one of my favorite ones. Look at that little flower pot and that bird in the bird bath. Patriotic is always so fun to stitch. So there's July. Here's August. Ta-da! Look at the waves coming up on the beachy shore. September. This is another fun one to stitch. Reminds me a little bit of a little red schoolhouse. Stacy says, dang it. Those are so cute. No more WIPs. These are fun. And I think we have each of the cottages available separately in the shop, but we also have a cottage bundle where you can get all 12 together. July was a lot of fun to stitch. And the people, we had a really large group that stitched this as our stitch along. And it was so fun. We had so much fun stitching this one. So here's October. Each one is, I don't know. I love monthly seasonal stuff, and November was beautiful. Such a fall feel to it. Kay says they are all fabulous. Do you have patterns? Yep. So they're in the shop, Cottage of the Month. If you search for that, all 12 of them should come up. They are available individually. And I think we also have a bundle available where you can get all 12 Cottage of the month charts in a bundle. And then December was so, so pretty. I loved the little bricks at the bottom of this house. That little stone foundation. It was fun to stitch. So that's December. Okay. And then, so those are done. They're just waiting for me to finally finish them. And then this is another WIP. It's not cross stitch, but it's still a WIP nonetheless. And so I keep working on my granny squares. I'm adding to my stack for making my granny square afghan. I finished my fall pillow, as you guys know, because I shared it a while ago. I don't know how long ago I finished it, but I finished the fall pillow. And now my focus with crochet is continuing to add to these squares so that I can eventually put all these together and have a really lovely granny square afghan. December was one of my favorites, says Sherry. This one was like a little bit of a Christmas square. Love all of them. The colors are beautiful. Love them all. Okay, you know what's going to happen. I'm going to want to do everything you show. No, you always inspire me and keep me upright and smiling. Well, thank you, Kay. I hope so. I like to bring a little bit of happiness to a little bit of a, positivity and happiness to people's days when we get together here. So I'm not going to show all of these, but this is my fully finished, meaning that I have all 5 rounds on these, not just the 4 middle ones. And then I have another stack that I just have the 4 rounds and I need to add the 5th round on the outside. So that's another WIP that I'm going to keep working on. And those squares go together really quickly. So and crochet is so easy to pick up and just kind of do whenever. So I'm really glad to have crochet in my life because it's one of those things that you can just grab and do a square quick and it doesn't take that long. Those are great. Thank you, Stacy. Well, thank you, Kelly. Okay, now let's move on to some WIPs. Okay, first up is, guys, I know that this is my Sabbath stitch that I started in 2022. Christmas 2021. typically the idea is to finish your Sabbath stitch by the following Christmas. So I should have finished it Christmas 2022, but this one is quite large and I'm in the middle of a bunch of other stuff. So I didn't finish it Christmas 2022 and I'm okay with that. I was not like stressed about it or upset about it. I'm just going to keep stitching on it. So it is continued to be my Sabbath stitch for 2023. And it is A Savior's Praise by Shakespeare's Peddler. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh. It's so gorgeous. I love all of the, look, like all of the meandering in the border. It's just fabulous. And the words say, now thank we all our God with hearts and hands and voices, who wondrous things have done, in whom this world rejoices, who from our mother's arms has blessed us on our way with countless gifts of love and still is ours today. And then down here, it says, what words, what voices can we bring? Which way our accents raise? Oh, to welcome thy mysterious King and sing a Savior's praise. And then I'm going to personalize mine. So I'm making this in honor of my grandmother. And so mine is going to be personalized a little bit. And then I'm going to personalize this area up here around the basket. And I'll explain more of that like as I get done with it. They are all pretty. Thank you, Amy. I love that song too. It reminds me of singing it growing up in church. I mean, we likely still sing it. I don't know, but I remember it from singing it when I was younger. And I meant to iron all these and I didn't get it done. So I apologize. You're going to have to deal with some wrinkles. But this is where I'm at with A Savior's Praise. I'm starting on, I finished the basket. I finished the woman and the letters or the numbers underneath the basket. And now I'm starting on the verbiage. The verbiage next to the basket. So here she is. I'm stitching this on 40 count linen, Belfast linen in platinum is the color. And it's by Zweigart. And there she is. I can move it over a little bit. So I'll keep plugging away at those words and just keep making progress little by little. Keep making progress little by little. Okay, next up is this one is kind of a tight fit in this. Next up is Autumn Love by Lori Holt. It is lots of work. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Judy. It is a lot of work, that one, but it's fun. It's beautiful. So it's very fun to work on. For this one, I'm kind of slow going on it. I'm loving it. And I love making, you guys know how much I love Autumn Love. And I love making each little picture. That's where I'm in. That's where I'm at. I'm going to start working on the fourth picture, which will be the basket, the bucket with the pumpkin in it. So that's what's coming next. So I hope that by next month, when I share my WIP parade with you guys, I'll have good progress on it. That's the hope. Keep making progress little by little. Okay, next is, let's see how I put the pattern in here. Here we go. My Christmas List by Silver Creek Samplers. This one I'm stitching on, Autumn Love, I'm stitching on 25 count Lugana Barley in the color Barley. July is my favorite, says Jody. Love all patriotic stitches. They're fun to stitch. Sherry says Autumn Love is so fun. I do a few squares, then put it up and then go back to it. Yeah, that's kind of my goal, is like do a picture square and then put it away for a while and get it out and do a picture square. Love the wagon with the pumpkin. They're cute pictures. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I'm just so excited waiting on Prairie Schooler Santa Club. I'm starting. Yay! Hi, Andre. Okay, so my Christmas list is next. And, oops, that's where I'm at with that. I'm through mistletoe, candles glowing. I guess that's the last part that I did. Now I'm going to move on to hot cocoa. So I get to put a cute little mug of hot cocoa over here. This one I'm stitching on 32 count linen in the color Water Lily by Wichell. So that is my Christmas list. My Christmas list by Silver Creek Samplers. That is Water Lily. Would Autumn Love be too big on 11 count fabric? I can only stitch on that size. Let me see. I don't think so, because I think Lori on the back of her chart even gives the measurements for 10 count. Oh no, she doesn't. She gives it for 14 count. So let me get out my calculator. It's 187. The stitch count is 187 by 217. So I'm going to take 187 and for 11 count, you're going to stitch over 1. So I'm going to divide it by 11, which would be 17. And then 217 divided by 11 is about 20. So the finished size of your stitch would be around 17 by 20. That's not what you want to cut your cloth. You'd want to cut your cloth 21 by 24. But the finished stitch size would be 17 by 20. And that's perfect for a 17 by 20 frame, right? What is 17 by 20? I feel, so this, you can't see that, can you, Andre? This, so she did, I stitched on 10 count. I don't know what the stitch count is for that, but I would say it's likely comparable. But I believe that's a 17 by 20. I don't know what, maybe it's a 16 by 20 frame. I bet you could maybe, I don't know what kind of frame you could fit it in, but this gives you an idea. It would likely be around that size. So no, I don't think that it would be too big on 11 count. I think that would work. I did that one on 10 count and I love it. And some things, it's just kind of, the pattern really lends itself to being done as a bigger finish, and I think Autumn Love is one of those. I think really any of Lori's patterns lend themselves to that. So I hope that helps. Okay, so that was my Christmas list. Next up in my WIP pile, where's the chart, is our Prairie Life stitch along that we are doing right now. This was our sampler September start. Prairie Life is by Heartstring Samplery. You're welcome. I will write down the size fabric I need to use. It could even be made into a pillow, and that would be cute. That would be cute. Yeah, at that size, that would be really cute. So Prairie Life sampler by Heartstring Samplery. making some good progress on this. I'm stitching this on 36 count. Did I do a card? I thought I did a library card for this one. It's a Legacy Fiber Arts cloth, and I feel like it's covered bridge. I don't know that for sure. It's right in the middle of stitching. So my needle is still here. Put it down here so it doesn't get in the way. All right, here's Prairie Life. That's where I'm at with that. I'm working on the cabin. Cabin is kind of fun with like every other, rows of different colors to create that log cabin look. So there is Prairie Life. I'm using one thread and I'm stitching over 2. 36 count. Be good. Oh, pretty lovely. Thank you. So there's Prairie Life by Heartstring Samplery. The Woods of Wisconsin. So it's a little bit of tribute to Wisconsin. Because maybe you guys don't know, but Beth from Heartstring Samplery, the inspiration for this chart was Laura Ingalls Wilder and Little House on the Prairie series and the Big Woods of Wisconsin. So and she has a whole story about it in here, like a whole story about her inspiration for the chart. But it's Little House on the Prairie, Laura Ingalls Wilder inspired. So that is Prairie Life. And then I have one more WIP for you. We are kicking off our Chicken Club Stitch Along. This is the Chicken Club series by Lori Holt. This first one is Cornelius, and he's super cute. So I started stitching him. He's very fun to stitch. That's where I'm at with Cornelius. I just have the legs and the little chick to do. So Cornelius will be done pretty quick here in time for number 2 in our Chicken Club Stitch Along. How are you guys doing with this one? Are you, have you started Cornelius? And are you enjoying him? He goes together pretty quickly. My little one is pretty excited about this. Every time she sees me stitching on him, she's like, oh. Oh, and I haven't done those yet. So I got to fill in all those. So those, the legs, and then the little chick. And that'll be done. But these Chicken Club, oh my gosh, they're going to be so fun to stitch and they're going to go together really fast. So I'm loving that. It's an easy stitch, nice and quick, and really fun to put all those colors together, and they're so pretty. It's a really fun stitch to stitch. Jen says, I'm half done with Cornelius. Never had anything to do with chickens or farmers, but I love these little chickens. I think it's the names. The names are pretty cute. Yeah, the names are pretty cute for sure. Are you stitching yours with the names on them? Debbie says, I introduced my 10-year-old granddaughter to Little House on the Prairie books at Christmas. I am stitching Prairie Life for her, putting her initials and mine on it. Debbie, I love that. I love that. Little House on the Prairie, it's so fun to introduce that to kids. Oh my gosh. I did it with all of my kids, and it was kind of somehow some of them we reread, and we ended up doing the rereading of them when we were on camping trips. So somehow it became like our camping story before bed at night. But the kids loved them, boys and girls alike, because my boys loved them too. Because there's adventure and there's hunting and there's, you know, adventure in there. Another one that's kind of like, it's not, it's kind of from the same era would be Betsy and Tacy by Maud Hart Lovelace. It's a series of 3, I wanna say there are 3 books. But instead of living on the prairie, it's the same era, but they live in town and they live in Minnesota. It's a true historical fiction, similar to Little House on the Prairie genre. But that I would say girls like more. But I love that. I love that you're stitching this, and I love you're putting your initials, and I hope she loves those stories. Like, I just love it when kids dive into a story and, they just get lost in it. I love it. Laurel, I didn't do the chickens, so a little they are so cute. They are pretty cute. Well, we'll have them, so don't worry. Don't have fear of missing out. Yes to names for sure. Jen's adding the names. Sharon says, I'm a big fan of Little House on the Prairie too. I know you are. My mother-in-law actually met her when she came to her school and spoke to the children about books in Missouri. Oh my gosh. How lucky is that? Like, there aren't a lot of people who could say that. Stacy, oh my goodness, I had no idea anyone else read while camping. We always did Harry Potter. Oh, we did that too. I read those books out loud to all my kids so we could all experience it together at the same time. So their first introduction to Harry Potter was us sitting down and reading it as a family. So every night before bed, we would read, like, depending on the length of the chapter, we would read 1 or 2 chapters every night. Everybody would sit together as a family, everybody would get a blanket, they'd snuggle in, and we would read each book. And they've all said that when I start doing that with my little one, they all want to be there for it. It's like, what? You guys are going to be like, 20, in your 20s, probably. They're like, we don't care. We want to come back and be here for it. It's very funny. I read to my kids Boxcar Children when we camped when they were younger. I love that. Those are good stories too. Those are good stories. Okay, so now I have a lot of charts in my stitch list drawer. Remember, I told you guys that I have a drawer now. When I see a chart that I really know that I'm going to want to stitch at some point, I grab it and I put it in my drawer. And sometimes I even pull the floss and the cloth that I might want to use for it. And then I just put it in a drawer and then it's there. So when I want to start another stitch, I just go to that drawer and I pick out what chart I feel like stitching at that time. So, I thought it would be fun to get some input from you guys as to if there's a chart that you would really like to see me start next, because maybe you want to see it stitched up. I don't know. Not that I'll do it lickety split, but I can start working on it. Sharon says, my son and daughter-in-law read Harry Potter to their little one. They finished all books before he was 2. Oh my gosh. They read them to him when he was little? Before he was 2. Wow. Some of that is kind of intense. Maybe he doesn't get it though. Maybe he doesn't understand it. Okay, so first up, this isn't part of the voting because we're going to do this one. This is a stitch along that Lori Holt and I are doing together. Lori picked this chart. It's called Garden Samplers and it's by the Prairie Schooler. And we are going to start this together around mid-March. And as you know, Lori's been on here and I've talked to you about it too. That anybody's welcome to join. I have the charts in the shop and we have just received all of the floss. It just arrived today. All of the floss to put together a floss kit. Lori changed the colors and altered the colors a little bit. And so we're going to put together Lori's floss kit for Garden Samplers. And we're going to have that available in the shop. And we just received the floss today. So hopefully we can get that in the shop this week. That's the plan. And we're going to start this next month. So yay. But we're not doing all 3 of them. We're only doing this one over here on the side. So this is the stitch along chart that we are doing. So this one we're starting next month in March. It went over his head. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm ready for garden samplers. I have my pattern cloth, just need the floss. Yeah, so floss just arrived today. There was one, oh my gosh. I don't know. There was one piece of floss that they were out of stock and so it did not arrive, but I have to figure out which chart that goes with and try to scramble to track some down. Patricia, hello from Juneau, Wisconsin. Big hugs to you too. Glad you are here. Okay, and then I'm going to pull these out from the voting because these are all of my Prairie Schooler Santas. So we are doing Prairie Schooler Santa Stitch Along. This is another one we're doing with Lori. Every November, we pick a Prairie Schooler Santa, like, you know, after around Thanksgiving. It's like a Thanksgiving start. Pick a Prairie Schooler Santa to stitch up for that year. So I've been pulling all of the Prairie Schooler Santas. That's why we started our Prairie Schooler Santa Club. So you guys are little by little, month by month, receiving all of these charts. So I'm going to pull these out of the running because that's going to be a separate stitch long. Okay. Now I have all of the charts. I'm so excited to see what you guys decide to pick. I'm curious. I'm like curious. What do you guys want to see stitched up? Okay, first up, this one is by Annie B's Folk Art, and it's called Remember Me. It's that one. It's called Remember Me, and the words say, when this you see, remember me. And then in the comments section at the end of the video, so once the video is done, go to the comments section and let me know which chart you vote for the next start. So Remember Me is first. Next, I added this one after seeing it on Lori's YouTube because it's so cute. This one is Baby It's Cold Outside by Heartstring Samplery. So there's that one. This one is Winter Rose Manor by With Thy Needle and Thread. And I still have some that I have not. Oh, like that's going to look really good. So I pulled this to go with this. And I pulled this to go with this. I don't remember what I was saying. Okay, next up, I got lost in looking at these charts. So I was in the middle of saying something and I don't know what I was going to say. Okay, next up is Snowman Collector Series. This one's called The Needleworker. It's number 1 in the series. And this one is by Cottage Garden Samplings. All right. As you guys know, I stitched Jack from this series by All Through the Night. And these are Jack's cousins, Harry and Henry. And so these are both on the list as options for a next start. Harry and Henry. This one is by Plum Street Samplers and it's called This Joyous Season. I keep this with this. This with this. Okay, next up is called Token of Fall, and it's by Hello from Liz Matthews. Look how pretty that bird is. Token of Fall. Next up is called A Quaker Dwelling, and this is by Kathy Barrick. Next up is, I have to find the one in here, in this book. It is Blackbird Designs, and it's called Christmas Garden. Looks like that. This one is in the Home for the Holidays book, but Christmas Garden is right there. So that's another option for you. Then we have Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow. That'd be a big start. I pulled these because I think these are pretty cute. A Merry Mini Surprise by the Prairie Schooler. Cute little Santas. Clearly, I have a lot of Christmas stuff. I need to pull more spring stuff. These are Father Christmas. I thought those were pretty cute too. This one is called Oh Christmas Tree by All Through the Night. This one is And Heaven and Nature Sing by Kathy Barrick. Is that right? Yeah, Kathy Barrick. I have Jingle All the Way by Little House Needleworks. And Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow by Carriage House Samplings. And then also on my list, but I have not pulled the charts yet, are the Magical Mystery Tour charts by Blackbird Designs. So that would be like The Long and Winding Road, Strawberry Fields Forever, those from that series. So I'm really curious to see what you guys vote for. It takes more than one skate of 38.65 for needleworker. Oh, okay. So far, all of them. I know it's hard to decide. That's why I thought it'd be fun to have a vote. Takes a little bit of the pressure of deciding off of me. And another option is if you have one that you guys think I would really like, or that you would really like to see stitched up, you can toss that in there too. I'm always looking for new charts because, I love stitching stuff, and I love kind of having stuff available to jump into. I found a lot of these right after the new year. So a lot of them are Christmas or winter, but I also love stitching, the rest of the seasons of the year. And so I'm really open to anything. Open to anything. Judy says, show some love and hit the thumbs up, everyone. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate that. We have been doing quite well with the thumbs up. I mean, like exceeding our past norm. So that's been good. We've been hitting getting over 150. And so now my next goal is I will be super psyched if I see over 200 thumbs up on videos, because I said before, oh, if we get to 150, that'd be pretty cool. Well, then we got to 150 and fairly consistently. And so now I'm like, oh, could we hit 200 thumbs up? That would be fabulous. Sherry says, love them all. Angela, they're all on my to-do list as well. Well, good. Then I'm not going to be lonely with my stitching. I'll have some stitchy friends to stitch with. Okay, OMG, I have almost all of those too. Token of Fall with Pretty Blue Bird. I know it's so pretty. Laurel, Token of Fall. Baby, it's cold outside. Such a lovely chart. Oh, she does. Yeah. Sherry says Teresa Kogut has some amazing charts. She does. Let Love Rain is in my mind on my list. And she has some really beautiful ones coming out for Needlework Market. I'm seeing a ton of Needlework Market stuff because I get emails from all of the designers with their stuff that they're making available at Needlework Market. And there's some fun charts coming, my friends. Kelly, so many of the charts I have in waiting. I think you would enjoy the little ABC samplers. Oh, those are cute. I do like those. I love houses. Several of the same charts are in my to-do stash too. Well, good. Then we can all stitch some of this stuff up together and make some stitchy progress together. That would be fun. It's always more fun to stitch with people than plugging away at it by yourself. So that's what I think. Vote for Winter Rose Manor. I'm surprised you didn't vote for Magical Mystery Tour. Chris Fine. Okay, so that's all I have for you. That was my little mini WIP parade. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope to have plenty more progress to share with you next month during our WIP parade for next month. You have not. Shelly says, did I miss the big party that was supposed to be on Valentine's Day? You have not. My plan is to have it on February 28th. I was going to try to squeeze it in this week, but this week is becoming a little bit too busy for that. And plus, I don't like to give you guys such short notice. I want to be able to give you enough notice that, it's on your radar instead of, I don't like it when people say, oh, I didn't know about it. I don't want people to feel left out or anything like that. So my plan right now, pending anything popping up that changes it, but my plan right now is the evening of February 28th. That way we'll do it before the end of February. We'll have our party on the last day of the month. It's something that will hopefully stick in people's minds. It's the last day of February, and we'll have some fun. Because remember, like I said, I received them, but I don't have them here with me. I have a beautiful project bag made by Sharon Snow and donated to us by Sharon Snow that we are going to give away for hitting 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. We have another cute little homemade caddy that Sharon made that we are going to give away. We have, I have a set of cross stitch charts that was given to us by Heartstring Samplery. And so, no, from the Heart Needle Art. And so I'm going to give that away. It's like a series of 12 charts. And so that's going to be given away. And then we have 5 $100 gift certificates to Happy Little Stitch Shop. We're going to spread some happy little Stitch Shop happiness, lift everybody's spirits, bring this group together in a positive way with happiness and positivity. That's what we're carrying through 2023 with us. And so this is a perfect time to put the winter blues behind us, have a fun party, spread some happiness. And you never know, I might throw some other things in there because a lot of that stuff was donated. So we might throw some other big prizes in there from Happy Little Stitch Shop directly. So it's going to be fun. You don't want to miss out. And don't worry, some of those prizes will be given away directly on the live stream. Some of them will be given away based on comments from the live stream so that if you can't join live, then you're not missing out. Try to be inclusive of everybody. I don't want anybody to be left out. And we'll also do some Instagram giveaways. I might do some giveaways through my blog. So pay attention to that because I've been doing lots of posts on there. And I would like people to head on over there and read that. So I'm going to, through all of the social media outlets, we're going to try to hit all of them so that everybody has opportunity to win. So that's the hope. It's going to be fun. I'm super excited. And then tonight, yes, thank you, Sally Quilt. Tonight we have the Stitching with Lori Club meeting for February. That's at 7:30 p.m. Central Time here on the YouTube channel, and you should have the link in your newsletter. Very generous. Wow, whoop, whoop. Absolutely love the quote behind you and the story that goes with it. Thank you, Patricia. Wow, so I'll bring my kazoo. It's snowing here. Oh no, it's begun. So I'm super excited to celebrate 5,000 subscribers with you guys. And we're on our way to 10,000. That's the next goal. So it'll take a while to get there, but we'll hopefully, fingers crossed, get there eventually. And in the meantime, we're going to celebrate 5,000. I hope you guys can join in the celebration. I hope it'll be fun and it'll be a fun, happy, positive thing. Info newsletter, but no link. Yes, I need to get a newsletter out. I haven't done that yet. Chris Vine or Magical Mystery Tours start with Strawberry Fields. I just started it, but I really need to finish Winter Rose Manor. So if you do it, okay. That sounds good. So vote below after the video is done and let me know which stitch you would like me to start next. And I'm going to tally up those votes. And then I will let you guys know next week on Monday what stitch won, which one got the most votes. So I will see you again on Thursday this week for our quilting live stream at 1:30 p.m. Central Time right here on our Happy Little Stitch Shop YouTube channel. And I will see Stitching with Lori Club members tonight at our monthly meeting. Otherwise, everybody have a fabulous day, a fabulous week. I'll see you Thursday. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you have not already. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up on this video, help our YouTube channel grow. Don't forget to follow Happy Little Stitch Shop on Instagram and Facebook. And check out our happy little blog through happylittlestitchshop.com. You can find it there. Just Click on the pull down menu and you'll see blog. You can find it there. Have a great week, everybody. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I appreciate it. Take care. Happy stitching.